All right, beautiful. Callie, thank you for coming along tonight. When we got to your check, can you describe your feelings?
Oh, amazement. The heart was racing.
Was it?
Like we thought.
It was counting up, wasn't it? We're getting to the end.
We were left out at the beginning because, everyone you'd started talking again.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Presenting. I thought, oh no, we didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
But thought
You well made the cut.
we well made the cut. Thought we were going to get $1,000.
Yes.
Thought we were coming to get $1,000.
Yeah, yeah.
So we were happy.
Yeah.
But to get $15,000 is absolutely amazing.
Could you repeat that for the camera?
It's absolutely amazing. Amazing.
So I've got 4 questions we're going to ask everyone. So they're pretty easy questions. Of the $15,000, could you describe maybe where that would go to, the sorts of things that a scout operation could use that for?
Definitely tents.
Yep.
Sponsoring our leaders that are going on a camp with 36 kids in October.
Yes.
Covering their costs. They're volunteering a week's annual leave to go, so they're already paying to go.
Yep.
From their own time, so to sponsor
That's
those.
huge.
Yeah, those things.
Yeah.
Our first aid training, we're definitely doing some beautification around our hall in the way of the environment and getting some garden beds going. We've just put some chairs and tables in, so making some outdoor meeting spaces.
Yep.
And we're looking at a new trailer.
Wow.
So our trailer's on its last leg, so I've been involved with it.
So you're going to walk home tonight, go and have a look at us, right?
We're really impressed, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Our trailer is so old,
Right.
so it will definitely
That's amazing.
huge.
Amazing.
Whole pocket of things we can do.
A left of field question, only because I'm in the same game of what do you do with your child safety stuff? Because there's all sorts of stuff coming out for you guys at the moment.
Yeah, so we have ongoing training that we all have to do every 3 years.
Yep.
And then now there's just next week there's an update where we're all coming together as leaders to go through a training module face to face.
Have you got a child safety officer in the group?
Not in our group
not in your
particular,
group.
but Scouts Victoria facilitate that, and it then comes down and there's somebody going around doing all that training.
That's a very good example of one of the things we hoped we'd be able to facilitate to help, is there's a lot of money that goes into doing those things, getting people to events and doing all those sorts of things. So that's a little left of field one we've been kicking around in the background. In what ways do you think the Firefly Initiative can impact volunteering? Because of what I described, we know volunteers are leaving. What ways do you think we can help or maybe hinder?
Definitely all help.
Oh, thank you. Good.
Definitely all help, because we can't afford as community organisations to pay our people to do things.
Yeah, of course.
Through Firefly, that will, because they will...
Just enough of a reward to incentivise.
Exactly. And whether they spend it on themselves or it's a gift to somewhere else or they give back to the group, they're getting something for doing something.
Yeah.
And we can't give them that. But you can, and other organisations can, and I think that's fantastic.
And Mary described it really well as well, didn't she? She was very good at describing the value. How would you describe the Firefly Initiative to other volunteers now? Now you've experienced what we're about, how would you describe that?
I think it's an initiative that can get your volunteer program growing.
Yep.
Very fast.
Yep.
It's trackable, it's easy to use.
Off camera, you did mention that a lot of the time you don't know how many hours have been done either.
We don't know.
Just a simple metric.
So whether we have a volunteer levy because people don't volunteer or we can't track them, the systems aren't there when you've got hundreds of people to track. Using the app, they're tracking it for us. We can look at it any time and see what hours people are doing.
Totally.
And use that to our advantage.
And we believe too often organisations come to communities asking for money on how can I write you a grant and how can I do it, as opposed to where we've taken a really strong stance is it will never cost the community org anything. So
you're doing our data
we're trying to do those things for you. Free apps, all of those things. That's the plan. And then finally, compared to other fundraising mechanisms, what would be examples that you've used in the past? And I know Scouts are pretty good at this stuff.
We do. And we're lucky that we have Scouts Victoria that run a monster raffle every year.
Right.
Get all those prizes.
And they distribute.
We get all the funds back for that.
Yeah, right.
But it is hard to sell tickets.
Yes.
Because you're selling to your own community.
Yep.
And we find ourselves out at shopping centres or putting up billboards.
So it's grunt.
It is. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
We get our youth doing different
What
things.
would you get out of that monster raffle?
We get every $2 for $2. So every raffle.
So roughly how many would you sell? How many would you make?
In the last few years, we've probably only done 2,000 or 3,000.
Right.
Previous to that, we've done 5. We've got a goal of 5,000.
So we are the glow. We are the glow. We are the light. On this example,
we've had a target of 5,000 for our monster raffle this year. You've just tripled it straight up.
Bang. Well, I'm going to get a high five for that one.
A
Beautiful.
Huge impact.
Love it.
Huge.
Gold.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming along.
You very much.
What did I say I needed to get 12 of tonight? 12 what? To grow. It was a hug. So I'm going to get a hug. All right.
I'm not
Thank
a
you.
hugger.
You're not a hugger. Nor am I normally, but I've changed my mind on it. It's good for you.
You are.